All right, everyone, here we go. It's an all signs reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is. Straight up energy reading. This is Venus and Gemini. Well, it's a pretty simple energy. I like how Venus and Gemini blends with the current energies around. It's going to blend even nicer with the upcoming Mercury retrograde. But this energy encourages chit-chat, encourages communication. It favors intellect over physical. In other words, somebody's brain over their tits, right? It favors that. But also, I want to tell you something. It's a little bit outspoken. So I'm going to tell you right now, and I see it here a little bit in this pre-shuffle. If you tell somebody, if you give somebody attached to you permission to speak freely, expect it. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say. And you might be speaking a little freely yourself. I don't know. I've got a soulmate coming in. I've got the love geese in the air. And somebody talking some truth here. It's crossed by the Ace of Swords. All right, somebody is talking. If this transit favors communication. That's what it's all about. Somebody's saying things that they only dreamt of saying, and because the devil's here, bookended the lovers, they might not have a filter. Okay? Again, like I said, permission to speak freely, Steve? Sure, go ahead. I may live to regret that, and you may too if you give somebody the same permission. But either way, this can be a very constructive energy. I want you to remember that. It gets more constructive, I think, as we get closer to Mercury retrograde. We're in the early, what the hell is that? We're in the early stages right now, the lead up to Mercury retrograde. It goes retrograde around the 18th or some shit like that, something like that. Anyway, let's shuffle the deck, but this is still, anything can happen. This week could be very interesting. For the next couple of weeks, could be very interesting with this Venus and Gemini energy. I like Venus. I like how it interacts with things. I like how it's interacting mostly with the core energies that are around right now. All right, let's go. Card before the cut. Why the fuck are we here? Let's find out. Let's cut the deck. Let's okay. We done shuffling. Let's see why we're here. Yeah, somebody coming to you. Queen of Pentacles. That's your energy. That's somebody. Somebody's usually a little bit quiet, a little bit meek, a little bit worried about what they're going to say. They come in your way. They're coming to you. This Venus and Gemini transit is more about somebody talking to you than you talking to somebody, which tells me that you may have some internal chatter. Give yourself permission to speak freely. Okay? All right. All right. Let's cut the deck. What comes after the cut? I said we were going to cut the deck, so let's cut the deck. Yeah. See, I don't think, somebody's saying some shit that changes a lot. I mean, this is. What did I say? Rewind. I said this could be very constructive energy. It really can be. I mean, yeah, somebody doesn't have a filter. I get it. But this is intelligent conversation. If you're going to build something like a tower, you need somebody smart to do the plans, right? You don't want a bunch of morons going, okay, yeah, we'll just lay some tarp across there. That'll be enough to hold her up. No. You need a fucking goddamn architect and some engineers. All right, people that know how to do math. This is an intelligent, constructive conversation with somebody. I could add the tacky, it might blow your mind or something because it's a tower. I don't really think that energy is there. You might not know who this is. It might surprise you who this is. That's possible. Okay, I don't know. Let's shuffle the deck. But I'm just giving it to you, the main energy that I get. So, Venus and Gemini favors communication. Plain and simple. It loves its chit chat, and that can be social media, that can be online. I don't know. Maybe for you, it seems to be on the DF side a lot of internal chatter with an external source coming toward you. But maybe you start a blog or something in this energy, or start writing, or start doing a series of Instagram things or whatever. I don't know. You can. It's a very constructive energy. All right, but this here is a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve's Love Tarot. You're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. I'm not a fucking time lord, but this energy is sliding in here. We're right on the cusp of it. It's sliding. I think it's officially in around the 3rd or 4th or so, but it's here. Well, I wouldn't be able to pull on it. It feels pretty strong, I'll tell you. 2 of Swords is the overall energy of this reading. Underneath that is 6 Cups. I don't think you know who it is. Okay? That's part of the energy that was on the tower. I said it. It wasn't the primary energy. The primary was constructive, intelligent conversation that actually gets something done, right? So we could build on a solid structure. This is the secondary message. This is, somebody showing up, don't be confused. Don't try to assume you know who it is. Okay? Do not. All right, we're going to clarify with the light seer. I'll put that there. Right here is the energy around your connection with whoever this is. I'm not saying it's not your runner. You're like, oh, I'm going to shut this off. It's not my runner. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's constructive and it's good. I mean, you know, but it might be. But you might be surprised. You might be a little bit confused by what this person has to say. That's possible too. You could be confused about what this person has to say. They may have the truth wrong, and you may need to correct them. You're both speaking freely. Right? So be careful about that. When the when the goat with its feet on fire is running the damn conversation, all bets are off. Right? Somebody's got to keep the goat in check. All right? It'll eat everything. Right? You can't just let a goat run loose in your house. You won't have any furniture in an hour or two. All right? Right here. So it might be up to you to control the goat, that devil. Right here, energy around your connection with whoever this is. Right here's the 3D energies around this person. Right here's their soul. This is the hidden energy, message from the universe. Red with the energy of your connection. And right here's the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. Nobody can. I will clarify everything, throw some universe cards at the end, and you bet your sweet asses we're going to extend this one. This is one of my, what I would call big readings. I like the Venus readings. I love this. What's the energy around your connection? Let's just get started. That's a big owl. It is. It's a great horned owl. And it's the King of Swords. Honestly, I don't think you're expecting to hear somebody coming with some truth. A DM, a masculine energy, is coming with truth. Usually, this card, this energy reads like a King of Wands. This, by all accounts, if I was blindfolded and you said you got to guess the card, Steve, guess the card, Steve, or I'm gonna kill Flem the parrot. He'd be dead because I would guess a King of Wands. I would guess a King of Wands. Somebody here is coming and speaking the truth like they normally would not say. No filter. And rather intelligently, too. They might be using words. Maybe they looked up some words. I don't know. This energy gives you a little blast of intelligence. Just a little bit. A little bit of something, just everything's clicking just right. You know? All right. Okay. Poor Flem the parrot. Oh my God. We shouldn't make bets like that. All right. All right, right here's the energy, the 3D energies around this person. 9 of Cups. It almost should be a Hierophant in a way. It feels very righteous. Somebody has manifested this. Somebody has wished for this. Somebody's doing things in this transit. Venus and Gemini is one of the energies, not all of them, but one of the energies that's making whoever this is finally do something for them. I mean, it might to the outside observer appear they're being selfish. I don't think they are. I think they're just rising up and doing stuff for them. I think you should do the same. Same. I think you should do the same, by the way. But that's what they're doing, right? Finally going after what they want, having it their way. You know, I guess. Which again, having it their way, Burger King, that's why that kind of felt like a King of Wands. Only it's a King of Wands telling the truth. That's weird, right? What's red with the King of Swords? What did I say? Rewind. Why am I your 30th favorite? Honestly, I said that felt like a Hierophant, didn't I? Look at what I just pulled. It's a Hierophant right there, and the energy flows from here to here. So it technically is a Hierophant. I don't know why I'm your 31st favorite. I swear, I am slipping down the line so far. I'm glad my self-worth isn't based on the channel, I swear. Honest to God. All right, fine. It blows my mind, it really does. I love tarot. I think it's fucking great. It's a great medium. I'm just playing with you. I'm not your 31st favorite. All right? Probably your 32nd. It's everything I already said. Okay, I don't have to repeat myself because I already talked about this like it was a Hierophant, and and we already put Flem the parrot in peril once before. I should have put the bed over here. He'd still be alive. Hidden energy, message from the universe, red with the King of Swords. The Death card. These are big cards, you guys. These are big fucking cards. BFC. Big fucking cards. Somebody wants to put something to rest here. And they're doing it in a very... This might be a cold, hard truth. This might be something you're not... It's definitely something you're not expecting to hear from this person. I might clarify this when we get to clarify it, because I get confusion off of it, but I'm not sure if you're confused by what they're saying and think they're wrong and might need to correct them. That's possible for some of you, and I may have already said that. But there could be an energy here where you're confused because you never expected these words to come out of this person's mouth, and you might be a little bit shocked. You don't have time to be shocked. The light is green here at the crossroads. All right? They speak their truth. You flow right out with your truth. You don't have time to be shocked. All right. Ain't got time. All right. Potential final outcome for you. Red with 9 cups. I said they're being selfish, creatively selfish. I don't think they're trying to hurt anybody. I think they're just doing it for them this week. Taking care of themselves however they want to. Doing what needs to be done. Saying what needs to be said. I think you should do the same thing. I think you should, again, do some things for yourself this week. Potential final outcome for you. The High Priestess. You get something here. Somebody shows up. It's communication in this context, in the sense that you get something that you didn't know you wanted. When I see the High Priestess with the 9 of Cups, which of the 2 cards read for you in your final outcome, right? You get a wish fulfilled, but it's one that you either never thought would happen or you didn't know you wanted it. All right? It's a bit of that. All right? So whatever it is, it's good news. You know, it's fine. But again, with the overall energy being that, you might be a little shocked here. You don't have time for that. Don't waste your time being shocked. All right, let's grab the light, Seer. Let's go. Let's see here. Let's see some light. I've got it randomly at the bottom, an Emperor. All right, so I definitely have a DM energy, right? Divine, masculine, dumb, mother, whatever you want to call it, coming towards you. Okay? All right. King of Swords. Let's see where we go. It's an energy that favors speaking freely. I said that, but it's very intelligent speaking freely. It's not the kind of thing where you're angry. I think you're just surprised. Okay? Maybe you're surprised that this person, whoever it is, figured out something that you didn't think they ever would. And that's possible too. Why is the King of Swords here? Let's clarify. Let's go. Tell me about it. Let's see where we're at. Come on now. It's crossed by the 8 of Pentacles. It's a topic that you never thought would happen. You guys have been avoiding this topic. You and this person avoiding it, or they've been avoiding it. You bring it up and they deflect it. Whatever. Right? It's just plain and simple. The moment hasn't really been there where this person's felt like they can talk about this. I think they can. I think they're saying some shit. Huge transformation. We already had a Tower representing transit. Well, now we got a Death card. That's pretty massive. Let's go. What's here? Oh my God. What did I just say? Why am I your 33rd favorite? I just said we already had a Tower, right? After the cut. And then I pointed to this, and now we have a Death card. And now red with the Death card is a Tower. I mean, I don't know what's here. I have no idea. So, I mean, the energy is very clear in this reading is my point. I'm not impressed with myself. I'm not doing anything. I'm just blown away by the cards, by tarot, by what a good medium it is if you put the energy out there correctly and you ask correctly with feeling, right? It's been blowing my mind since I was a kid, believe me. But the energy here is very clear. I think you benefit greatly from this, but in a way you never really imagined you would, okay? It's a bit of that, all right? Okay. Why is the Tower here? The Empress. The best tits in the tarot. This is almost unavoidable, okay? I'm just going to say it. It's a freight train of destiny waiting to play out between you and somebody. I believe the catalyst energy is Venus sliding into Gemini. I think that loosens the lips here, all right? I think so. And those lips go firmly around the best tits in the tarot. I will tell you that, okay? Bottom line, hey, we already had you as the Queen of Pentacles before the cut, and a little fawn of this person, that little fawn coming to get some milk. I mean, you got a lot of milk there, you know. Somebody's showing up. At the end of the day here, it's a very clear energy. Somebody's saying things you never thought they'd say, and it benefits you in a way you never thought would benefit. I don't know who this is. It feels like they're attracted to you. Okay, I don't want to say this is a family member or a friend. It could be. I think the primary energy here is a bit lovey-dovey. And I picked that up off the Lovers card too, where we started. All right, those love geese on that card, they're a breeding pair. All right, they're not cousins. All right, let's see where we go here. Let's see where we're at. 9 of Cups. Why is it here? Although in the right trailer park. I mean, you know. But anyway, 9 of Cups. Let's see where we're at. Okay. 4 of Cups. This person's been in this energy, and this energy will do that to you. Venus and Gemini will do that to you. Make you feel like you've been denying yourself too much. Somebody feels like they've been sacrificing. They've been sacrificing. You might feel that way too. And I encourage you to go for the gold, go for the rainbow. But right now I'm pulling on the incoming energy. Okay? And I'm telling you, they feel like they've sacrificed a lot. Now it's time for them to go for the rainbow, right? Taste the fucking rainbow. What's on top? The 8 of Cups. Walking toward the 9 Cups. It's symbolic, right? Somebody's been sitting in 8 Cups working hard. We got the 4 of Cups here. We got the 3 of them that are down. Somebody wants the rainbow. Somebody's going to take this opportunity, this energy to do something for them, to say something that makes them happy, to go after what they want for once. Now, if this person's married or in a relationship, this is not, this is a very clever way to come towards you. This is a very smart energy. Their spouse or whatever will have no idea that they're coming towards you with this energy, let me tell you. Although the cleverness does apply both ways. Somebody, with a little investigating, somebody could figure out in this energy that they coming your way. You know, I mean, I don't know. Why is the 8 of Cups here? Yeah, the Ace of Wands. Somebody's just going for it. These are very last-minute decisions. All right? Somebody just feels it's the right thing to do. Temperance is the bridging energy. These are big cards, man. The Hierophant flows over to here. Primary energy flow 5D to 3D. Fucking hell. Why is the Hierophant here? Let's go. Tell me about it. Wow. It's nice. It's good. Now, it's not the kind of energy, don't misinterpret what I'm saying. It's not the kind of energy where like you, for example, are going to go tell people off and stuff like that. This is intelligent, right? It's a smart way of doing it. You know, you get your point across in this energy, which is why I think you're surprised. I think this 2 of Swords is more you're stopped in your tracks a little bit. Just keep flowing with it. Just don't let it stop you. Why is the Hierophant here? Let's go. All right. You could say some stuff too. It's crossed by the King of Cups. Somebody now understands their feelings. When I get a King of Cups with a Hierophant, I get somebody who is very, very clear on how they feel. Okay, very clear. And I think they tell you. I don't necessarily mean it comes out like a sword. This is more just showing up as my King of Truth, right? I don't mean they poke you with it or they're mean. I mean this. I bet Flem the Parrot's life earlier that this was a King of Wands, right? I said if I was blindfolded, you asked me what was there. Right? I said King of Wands. It does feel like that. But somebody's talking some truth here. Why? Because they're very clear on how they feel. Clear on what they want to accomplish. All right? What's on top? Which is probably rare for this person. 9 of Cups. What did I say? Rewind. Why am I your 34th favorite? This energy flows from here to here. This is a motherfucking 9 of Cups. This is a motherfucking 9 of Cups. Right there. I don't even need to say anything else. Why is that here? The 5 of Cups. Somebody, again, we had a 4 of Cups crossing here. Here's a 5 of Cups. Somebody tired in the soul energy is there for it, and it plays out in the 3D. Somebody's tired of feeling sad. Somebody's tired of feeling regret. Somebody's very clear about how they feel, and they're acting on it. Why? Under the guise of maybe saying, hey, it's time for me to win. Right? When do I get a win? Well, somebody getting a win here. They're taking it. So are you, by the way. Your energy is attached to this on the other side. I just think yours is more internal. All right? Doing stuff for you around whatever. This person's doing stuff for them, but it involves you. It involves the Empress. How do I know that? Because I keep getting these cards showing up. I got you in the card before the cut with that little fawn coming to get your milk. Right? It's probably pretty good milk from the look of you. All right, what's going on with the Death card? Tell me about it. Tell me about it. We're talking to the fickle old gal universe here. It's a Death card. It's big energy. I said it tied to the Tower after the cut from earlier, and then I pulled the fucking Tower. Okay? I mean, it's nice. Got a card that just flew out of the deck. I don't know what it is yet. It's on the floor. This is crossed by the 7 of Pentacles. The card on the floor, I'm reaching for it. It is the most powerful card I could pull. It is upright. It is a world card. It's red with the Tower. This is a one-time shot. It's somebody, either you feel like it while it's happening or they feel like it while it's happening. This is a once-in-a-lifetime shot. This is it. This is the chance. This is the energy. Somebody is in the energy to say the things that they don't say. To make this King of Swords, which feels like a King of Wands, speak some truth, right? For once. Somebody, it's just the way it is. Somebody here is being selfish in a good way for a change. Why is that here? Why'd that fly out? Yeah, the Chariot. Just backing up what I said. They're drawn to you. You're this person's focused. On the DM side, right? Divine Masculine, Dumb Mother, whichever one. On the DM side, they're just drawn to you. You're their focus. On your side, right? You are drawn to internal things. Right? So again, you don't have to do anything here. You got somebody coming towards you with a gift, a wish fulfilled, a gift that you probably either didn't know you wanted or just do not see coming. Do not let it jam you up. Don't. All right, let's go. Both sides get to speak some truth, and this all feels very constructive to me. Can it be fucked up? Of course it can. The opportunity is always there. You saw it in the pre-shuffle. I always tell you there's both angel and devil energies present. That's why you don't just want to look at the light side. That's why you don't just want to be an optimist and see the good in everybody. That's how you get on Dateline NBC. You know, with some goddamn newscaster opening a story. Well, she got in the car because she sees the good in everybody. Well, no. Don't ever do that. That's how you get blindsided. Both sides are always present. You got to take a look and assess situations. Even the best thing that could ever happen to you, like winning the lottery, could turn into a nightmare. The opportunity is there for it. This can go wrong. All right? It can, and this Two of Swords is why. And I'm going to clarify that before we go, because I think it's important. All right? I think the final message to you in this reading is me clarifying this Two of Swords. But right now, I've got a final outcome for you. And we're going to talk about the High Priestess. Let's see where we're at. Don't be a pessimist. Don't see the bad in everything. Just be neutral so that you see everything. Right? Panoramic view. Don't just get one side of it. If you research something, don't just research one side. Research the other side. The truth always lives somewhere in the middle. You know, polarized sides always exaggerate on each side. All right, here we go. Let's see where we're at. Let's see where we're at with the High Priestess. So what do you get here? This is nice. Oh, well, this was crossed by the Eight of Pentacles. There's the Eight of Pentacles again. You don't really see this coming. The benefit is something you never even thought of this. You never even thought of this communication and the way it benefits you. You never thought of it. Three of Swords. Wow. Why is that here? The Ten of Pentacles. This person, whoever they are, hurt you in a way that, in more ways than you're aware of. Can I phrase it that way? I'll pull a bridging energy here in a second. But this person hurt you in more ways than you may be aware of. The Three of Swords is read with the Eight of Cups. It was never going to be roses and rainbows here, but it's nice because we got a chance to fix it. Something about what this person says to you fixes an aspect of the Three of Swords that's much deeper than them just walking away from you or you two not speaking or whatever it is. It's much bigger than that. It puts an end to something. Tens are the and dead end that lead to a new beginning, and the bridging energy is the Ten of Swords. Spot the fuck on, right? Spot the fuck on. Ten of Swords. We finally put something to rest. We finally say it out loud, and that's where the cure is here. What is it? I don't know. I'll pull a couple cards on that. I will. Tell me about the Three of Swords. I'll clarify that, but tell me about the Three of Swords. Tell me anything. I don't like to hold my readings hostage. If you want the extended, it's there for you. You know, it's fine. But I'll help you out. It's cool. All right, here we go. Three of Swords, why is it here? With the words, oh, if you want to know the answer, you got to get the extended, would never come out of my mouth. Not one time, and they never have around here. I'll tell you what. But I like the extended because it's just us. It's like sitting in my living room. We just chilling. Eight of Pentacles crossing this here. Yeah, I'm right. I'm just checking my read. Three of Swords crossed by the Eight of Pentacles. Another Eight of Pentacles coming back. It's not only are you, because it was crossing here, the High Priestess too, not only are you benefiting in a way you didn't know, you're benefiting about this person hurt you in ways you didn't know. And the words they're saying are curative, are putting an end to that hurt. See? Ace of Pentacles. The best, most solid new beginning I can pull. Why is that here? The Seven of Pentacles. It's a perfect storm in a way. And the Hangman, a new perspective on the Three of Swords. You follow? It's a perfect storm in a way. The energy is just right. Venus, we got a lot of perfect storms coming between now and Lionsgate. In fact, the whole month of July is almost a perfect storm. You know, in a lot of ways it is. This is nice. I like this. Let this play out. But the way you might screw it up is the Two of Swords. So let's clarify the Two of Swords. And I'm going to clarify it with the original deck that we used here. All right, you ready? Two of Swords. And this will be our final message to you. why do I keep getting on this Two of Swords? The one way that my people, you guys, could fuck this up is getting jammed up here. I think it has something to do with semantics. One of the byproducts of being smart, for example, and this is a very intelligent energy, it favors intelligent conversation, right? One of the byproducts of it is sometimes you get a little too detail-oriented, or you might get hung up on semantics and things like that, right? You ever watch like Big Bang Theory, that old TV show with Sheldon on it, right? You ever see Sheldon gets held up, jammed up on semantics all the time. You know, the little things. He doesn't know what to do. My favorite episode is when Penny gave him a gift and he fucking freaked out. Because now the obligation is, I've got to buy a gift. Then he goes and he gets a gift. He gets like everything in the fucking store because no one would, you know, and then it's a never-ending cycle. It drives him crazy, right? It's that kind of thing, getting hung up on the semantics, that sort of thing. It's a little bit of this here, I think. But let's see. I think what this person has to say, it's probably going to trigger you. It's going to trigger something about that Three of Swords. But it ends, if you don't get jammed up on it, if you just flow with the energy, it ends with you having a new perspective on that and seeing where it hurt you in ways you didn't know, which means you can move on from that. And the end result of that is temperance. It's beautiful. Why is the Two of Swords here? Why is the Two of Swords here? It's crossed by the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, the environmental energy is progress. The base energy is hindering progress. What's on top? The Hermit. Why is that here? God, can I get a card that's not gray here? Well, I got rainbow antlers. I got the King of Pentacles here. What's bridging? The Nine of Swords, yeah. So the Nine of Swords, if I said what's bookending the Two of Swords, it would be the Nine of Swords. See what I'm saying? Getting hung up on semantics. I'm right. I read the energy first, then I throw the cards. All right, so accept whatever is said to you in this energy. Accept it. Be the wise hermit. Take it in. If it triggers you, just flow with that energy, okay? It's actually, in this energy, you have the ability to do that. There's something about this here. Either this person says something that might diminish your self-worth or it increases it. I think what happens is this person says something that increases your self-worth, but you don't believe it because of the Three of Swords energy that you were unaware of. You see what I'm saying? Something like that. So again, just allow the energy to flow. The only way you can really fuck this up is by getting in your head too much about the semantics and overthinking things. Don't overthink. Right? Just go with it. Let your soul do the driving. That's what I got. That's what I got for you. This is a nice reading. I'll tell you what. I have a devil, but I only have them in the pre-shuffle area. This is nice. We'll pull on you in the extended. We got to pull on that Empress energy. I like that. And we'll pull on this conversation and this Three of Swords some more. But I'm very interested as well in this person. And what the fuck's going on with them? You know? Why is the energy just right for something different to happen? I don't know. We'll find out. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you want the extended, there's probably a couple of links at the top of the description. It's there for you if, capital I, capital F, you want it. All right? That's your reading. Good luck.